Welcome to Integration Monitoring. Learn how to check if your integrations are working correctly. This means verifying that data flows smoothly between your connected systems without errors or delays. For example, confirm a sales order sent from SAP S AP to Salesforce appears accurately and on time. Regular checks ensure your business processes run reliably. Discover tools to find and fix problems quickly. This means using specific applications within SAP BTP to identify and resolve integration issues without delay. For example, if an order isn't syncing between systems, these tools pinpoint the error and suggest corrections. Using these ensures your business processes remain smooth and reliable. Build confidence in managing your integration flows. This means gaining the skills to oversee and troubleshoot your data connections, ensuring they run smoothly and reliably. For example, if an order fails to sync from your e-commerce site to your ERP, you can quickly identify and fix the issue. Mastering this process empowers you to maintain seamless business operations. Understanding the critical importance of monitoring ensures your data flows smoothly between systems. This means your business information moves reliably from one application to another without delays or errors. For example, when a sales order is created in one system, it automatically updates inventory in another. This continuous, error-free data flow keeps your business operations running efficiently and dependably. Helps you spot problems before they affect users. This means detecting issues early, avoiding user disruption. For example, if an application's memory use is rising, you can address it before a crash occurs during peak hours. This proactive approach keeps your services reliable and maintains user trust. Saves time by quickly identifying where issues occur. This means instead of manually checking every component, the system pinpoints the exact problem area for you. For example, if an application is slow, monitoring can immediately show it is a database bottleneck, not the code. This direct targeting eliminates guesswork and accelerates resolution. Gives you confidence that integrations are working. This means you can be sure your connected systems are exchanging data correctly without manual checks. For example, if your SAP system integrates with Salesforce, monitoring confirms sales orders flow through automatically. You can then focus on business tasks, knowing everything is operating smoothly behind the scenes. Accessing monitoring tools within the SAP Business Technology Platform. Log into SAP BTP Cockpit. This means entering your credentials into SAP S Central Web Interface. For example, a developer signs in to check application health. This initial step is essential for accessing all monitoring features. Navigate to your integration suite. This means opening the main dashboard where all your integration tools are located. For example, if you are setting up a connection between Salesforce and SAP, you first go here to access the necessary design and monitoring features. This is your starting point for managing all integration tasks. Click on Monitor section. This means selecting the area in SAP BTP where you can check the health and performance of your applications. For instance, if your app is running slowly, you go here to view logs and metrics. This action is your first step to troubleshooting any operational issues effectively. You will see different monitoring options. This means SAP BTP provides multiple tools to track your application's health and performance. For instance, the Cloud Foundry environment has its own monitoring dashboard separate from the CAMA runtime. Each tool gives you tailored visibility into how your services are running. Finding your integration flows. Go to Integration Flow Monitoring. This is the main dashboard where you can see all your active integrations. For example, if your online store is sending orders to SAP, you can come here to check if that process is running smoothly. It's your central hub for tracking every connection. See all your integration flows in one list. This means the platform provides a single dashboard where you can view every automated process connecting your applications and data. For example, instead of checking separate tools, you can instantly see flows for sales orders, supplier updates, and customer notifications together. This centralized view is essential for efficient monitoring and management. Check status, running, completed, or error. This means monitoring your integration flow's current execution state to know if it is actively processing, finished successfully, or has failed. For example, after submitting a sales order from your online store, you check its status in SAP BTP. This immediate status check is essential for managing your business processes effectively. Filter by date or flow name if needed. This means you can narrow down your search in the integration suite by selecting specific time periods or the exact name of your flow. For example, if you only want to see flows run last week for sales order processing, apply those filters. This helps you quickly locate the specific integration data you need. Checking the status of your integration. Green is equal to running successfully. This means all components of your integration flow are active and processing data without errors. For example, if you are syncing customer data to a sales system, a green status confirms the connection is live and updates are flowing through. You can proceed confidently knowing the integration is operational. Yellow is equal to warning or in progress. This means the system has detected a potential issue or a task is still running. For example, a connection to your HR system might be establishing itself or require your attention. Always check items marked yellow to see what action is needed. Red is equal to error occurred. This means the system has detected a failure in the integration flow. For example, if an order from your online store cannot reach the warehouse system, the status indicator turns red. It is a clear signal that immediate attention is required to resolve the issue. Gray is equal to not active or paused. This means the integration is currently stopped and not processing any data. For example, if you pause a connection to an e-commerce site to perform maintenance, its status will show as gray. Always check this status to confirm if your integration is running or not. Viewing execution details for process monitoring. Click on any integration flow in the list. This means selecting one of the available flows to see its specific information. For example, if you have a flow that syncs customer data, clicking it lets you check its recent runs and status. This action is your starting point for detailed monitoring. See when it last ran. This means you can check the exact date and time the process was last executed. For instance, if your system generates daily sales reports, you can verify it ran this morning as scheduled. This visibility ensures you stay informed about your automated tasks' performance. Check how long it took to complete. This means reviewing the duration of a process from start to finish. For example, after a data import job runs, you can see it took 3 minutes and 12 seconds to finish. Knowing this helps you monitor performance and plan future tasks efficiently. View number of messages processed. This means checking how many individual data communications your application has successfully handled. For example, in a shipping app, you could see that 150 tracking update messages were sent to customers today. Monitoring this count helps you verify your integration flow is operating as expected and confirm the volume of data transactions completed. Reading integration logs. Logs show step-by-step what happened. This means you can trace each action in order, like following a recipe. For example, if a customer order fails to sync, the log lists each step: read data, transform format, send to ERP, and where it stopped. This detailed view helps you quickly identify and fix the exact point of failure in your integration process. Look for timestamps of each action. This means noting the exact time each step in your integration process occurs, helping you trace the flow and identify delays. For example, if an order fails, check when it was sent versus when it arrived in the target system. Following these timestamps ensures you can quickly pinpoint and resolve issues in your integration flow. Check if data was sent and received. This means verifying the message actually left the sender and arrived at the destination system correctly. For instance, when a sales order is created in SAP S, you confirm it was transmitted and successfully posted in the financial system. This fundamental check confirms the integration flow is operational. Identify where processing stopped. This means pinpointing the exact step in a data flow where an error occurred, preventing further progress. For example, if an order fails to sync from SAP to Salesforce, the log shows it halted during the customer address validation step. Knowing this precise failure point allows you to quickly focus your troubleshooting efforts. Common integration issues. Connection problems to other systems. This means your BTP application cannot communicate with the required external services, like a database or another cloud platform. For instance, an e-commerce app failing to retrieve live shipping rates from a carrier's API due to a network firewall. Always verify your connectivity settings and endpoints to prevent these disruptions. Missing or incorrect data. This means the information sent between systems is either absent or wrong, causing failures. For instance, a sales order sent from SAP S for HANA to Salesforce might lack a required customer ID field. This single missing piece can halt the entire business process, so ensuring data completeness and accuracy is critical for smooth integration. Timeout errors. This occurs when a connection between systems takes too long to respond and is automatically cancelled. For example, an integration trying to fetch customer data from a slow, external server might be cut off before completing. Always check network latency and processing times on target systems to prevent these interruptions. Authentication failures. This occurs when systems cannot verify each other's identity due to incorrect credentials or expired certificates. For instance, A cloud application fails to fetch data from an on-premise SAP system because its password has recently changed. Always ensure your authentication configurations are current and correct to prevent these disruptions. System unavailable errors. This means the SAP system you are connecting to is temporarily down or unreachable, often due to maintenance or network problems. For example, trying to sync customer data from an SAP S for HANA system that is currently being patched and is offline. Always verify the target system's status first when you encounter this error. Step 1. Identify the problem. Check which integration flow has issues. This means locating the specific data exchange process that's failing in your SAP BTP integration suite. For example, if customer orders aren't reaching your ERP, you would investigate the order-to-cash flow. Pinpointing the exact flow is the essential first step toward a resolution. Look at the error message. This means carefully reading the full system notification to understand what went wrong. For example, if a workflow fails, the error details which step encountered an issue and why. Always start your troubleshooting by thoroughly reviewing this message, as it provides direct clues to resolve the problem efficiently. Note when the problem started. This means pinpointing the exact time or event when the issue first appeared. For example, if a report stopped updating correctly, determine if it was after a recent software update last Tuesday. This initial timing is crucial as it helps narrow down potential causes and accelerates the entire resolution process. See if it affects one message or all messages. This means checking if the issue is isolated to a single instance or widespread across the system. For example, if one user's order confirmation email fails, it is isolated. If no one receives any emails, it is a system-wide problem. Determining this scope is the first critical step in effective troubleshooting. Step 2. Check the application and system logs. Open the failed integration flow. This means accessing the specific workflow that encountered an error to examine its details. For example, if an order processing flow fails, you open it to see where the breakdown occurred. This first step is crucial for identifying and resolving the root cause of the problem. Scroll through the execution log. This means carefully reviewing each entry in the log to trace the application's steps and identify any errors. For example, if a workflow fails, you scroll to find the specific error message, like a connection timeout. This detailed review is essential for effective troubleshooting. Look for error messages in red. This means scanning log files for any text highlighted in red, as this color typically indicates critical issues or failures. For example, if a data integration job fails, the log might show a red message like connection timeout. Identifying these quickly helps you understand and resolve the problem efficiently. Find the exact step where it failed. This means locating the specific point in the log where an error occurred, rather than just seeing the final error message. For example, if a process to create a user fails, the log might show the failure happened during the database update step. Pinpointing this exact step is crucial for an efficient and accurate resolution. Step 3. Begin with these simple fixes. Check if target system is available. This means verifying the SAP or external system you are connecting to is up and running. For instance, before troubleshooting a failed data sync, confirm the S/4HANA system is online and reachable from BTP. Always rule out basic connectivity first. Verify connection details are correct. This means checking the host name, port, and credentials in your app's configuration. For example, if your application cannot reach the HANA database, first confirm the service URL and password in the BTP cockpit. A single typo can break the entire connection, so this is always the essential first check. Ensure you have proper access rights. This means your user account must be explicitly granted permission to use the service or application. For example, you cannot view a development project if your role lacks the developer authorization. Always verify your assigned roles in the BTP cockpit to resolve access issues. Try resending the message. This means using the SAP BTP cockpit to manually retry sending a failed integration flow. For example, if an order confirmation email did not go out due to a temporary network issue, resending it can often solve the problem. A simple retry is frequently the quickest fix for transient errors. Monitoring performance. Track how long integrations take. This means measuring the time from when data is sent until a response is received. For example, monitor the time for synchronizing customer data between SAP and Salesforce. This helps you quickly identify and resolve any slow processes, ensuring your business operations run smoothly and efficiently. Watch for slowing response times. This means you should track if your SAP applications are taking longer to respond to user requests. For instance, if an employee's report generation suddenly takes minutes instead of seconds, it is a key sign. Proactively identifying this helps you resolve issues before users are significantly impacted. Monitor message processing rates. This means tracking how many messages your system handles per second to ensure it is running efficiently. For example, an e-commerce site monitors order confirmations to prevent delays during sales. Keeping an eye on this rate helps maintain smooth operations and quick responses. Set up alerts for performance issues. This means configuring automatic notifications when system metrics like response time or memory usage cross critical thresholds. For example, if an application's response time exceeds 5 seconds, an alert immediately notifies your team. Proactively managing these alerts helps maintain optimal system performance and prevents downtime. You are ready to monitor. You can now check integration status. This means you can see if your connected systems and applications are communicating properly. For instance, after setting up an order-to-cash process, you can verify if sales orders are flowing correctly to your ERP system. This visibility ensures your business processes run smoothly. You understand how to read logs. This means you can look at the system's recorded events to find errors or confirm actions. For example, if a user reports an application error, you can check the logs to see the specific failure message. This skill is fundamental for diagnosing and resolving issues quickly. You know common issues and fixes. This means recognizing frequent problems, like connection errors, and applying standard solutions, such as checking credentials. For instance, if a user cannot log in, you'd first verify their password hasn't expired. Mastering these basics ensures you can resolve many alerts quickly and effectively. Keep practicing with your own integrations. This means you should continue building, and testing your own SAP BTP connections to gain confidence. For example, try linking your BTP account to a cloud storage service to move files automatically. The more you experiment, the more skilled you will become at managing these solutions effectively.